If you're a man over 60, what I'm about to share with you could genuinely transform your health and well-being. Prostate issues are becoming increasingly common among older men, yet many don't even realize that everyday habits they've had for decades, could be silently contributing to the problem. Have you noticed yourself making more frequent trips to the bathroom? Struggling to start or stop your stream? Waking up once, twice, maybe even 3 times a night just to urinate? These symptoms could be signs of benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, an enlargement of the prostate gland. And while aging does play a role, here's what most men don't know. It's not just your age. It's your daily lifestyle that could be fueling the growth. As a doctor, I've worked with men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who are living pain-free, energetic, and confident lives, just by making a few critical changes to their everyday habits. But I've also seen others suffer, simply because they ignored the early warning signs. That's why I made this video, to arm you with the knowledge you need to stop prostate growth naturally and safely, before it becomes something serious. So stay with me. I'll walk you through 10 daily habits that might be slowly and silently enlarging your prostate right now, and I'll show you how to correct each one. And trust me, habit number 1 is the most dangerous of all. But before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from today? Leave a comment below with your city or country. I always enjoy seeing where everyone's watching from. It creates a sense of connection, no matter how far apart we may be. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more wellness tips like these. Let's begin. Habit 10. Not drinking enough water. Many seniors reduce their water intake to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night. But this strategy can backfire in a big way. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes more concentrated. This irritates your bladder lining and, by extension, your prostate gland, which sits directly below the bladder. Over time, this irritation can trigger inflammation, one of the major contributors to prostate swelling. Even worse, a dehydrated body is less able to flush out toxins. These toxins can build up in the urinary tract, compounding the strain on both your bladder and prostate. On top of that, many medications commonly prescribed to seniors, like diuretics and antihistamines, already cause dehydration. So skipping water only worsens the issue. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Sip water consistently throughout the day. Aim for clear or light yellow urine as your hydration target. Proper hydration keeps the bladder calm, reduces pressure on the prostate, and may help you avoid unnecessary inflammation. Habit 9. Sitting too long without moving. Your recliner may feel like you're thrown, but long hours of sitting, without any movement, can silently sabotage your prostate. Here's why. Prolonged sitting places direct pressure on the pelvic area, which restricts blood flow to the lower abdomen, including your prostate. Reduced circulation contributes to chronic inflammation and sluggish lymphatic drainage, both of which are risk factors for prostate enlargement. Inactivity also weakens your pelvic floor muscles, which are essential for fully emptying the bladder. When urine lingers in the bladder, it increases the risk of infection and irritation to the prostate. Every 30 to 45 minutes, stand up and move. Walk around the room. Stretch. Do a few gentle squats or calf raises. These short, simple movements restore blood flow, reduce pelvic pressure, and help keep your prostate functioning smoothly. Habit 8. Consuming too much caffeine. Yes, your morning cup of coffee is comforting, but excessive caffeine throughout the day can irritate the bladder and worsen prostate symptoms. Caffeine acts as a diuretic, increasing how often you urinate. It also stimulates bladder contractions, which can make you feel urgency even when your bladder isn't full. This overactivity creates unnecessary strain on the prostate. Even more concerning, caffeine tightens the muscles at the neck of the bladder, making it harder to empty completely. The result? Residual urine that pushes back against the prostate, fueling inflammation and discomfort. Limit caffeine intake to 1 moderate cup in the morning. After that, switch to decaffeinated options or herbal teas like chamomile or rooibos, which are naturally soothing. You'll still enjoy warm, flavorful drinks, without the bladder stress. Habit number 7. Eating spicy and heavily processed foods every day. As we age, enjoying our favorite flavorful meals becomes one of life's simple pleasures. However, if those meals often include spicy dishes or heavily processed snacks, they could be quietly irritating your prostate without you even realizing it. Let's start with spicy foods. Ingredients like chili peppers, black pepper, hot sauces, and curry spices are known to trigger inflammation in the body. When consumed occasionally, they aren't usually a problem. But eating them daily can create chronic low-grade inflammation, especially problematic for men with already sensitive or enlarged prostates. The prostate, being a small but vital gland located just below the bladder, is particularly vulnerable to inflammatory changes. And once irritated, it can swell, leading to uncomfortable urinary symptoms. Now consider processed foods, those packaged, pre-cooked, or fast food items that are easy to grab but loaded with hidden dangers. These foods are typically high in sodium, artificial preservatives, unhealthy trans fats, and chemical additives. All of these ingredients interfere with your body's natural balance. High salt intake causes water retention, which increases pressure in the lower urinary tract, while artificial additives can disrupt hormonal levels, especially testosterone, a hormone closely tied to prostate function. Over time, a daily diet high in processed foods doesn't just hurt your waistline. It promotes systemic inflammation, contributes to weight gain, alters your hormones, and burdens your prostate. If your typical meal comes from a box, a can, or a fast food bag, it's time to reconsider what you're feeding your body. The good news: a prostate-friendly diet can be both delicious and healing. Focus on natural, anti-inflammatory choices like leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower, antioxidant-rich berries, and healthy fats from sources like avocado, nuts, and olive oil. These support hormone balance, reduce inflammation, and promote overall prostate health without sacrificing flavor. Habit number 6, regularly holding in your urine. Holding in urine might seem harmless. You're in the middle of something important or far from a restroom, so you wait. But this seemingly minor habit can cause serious, long-term harm to your prostate. Here's what happens. When you regularly delay urination, your bladder stretches beyond its natural comfort zone. This forces the muscles of the bladder to work harder and for longer periods of time. Over time, this stress transfers directly to the prostate, which sits right below the bladder. The pressure irritates the delicate prostate tissues, triggering inflammation and swelling. This swelling may start subtly, but can gradually evolve into full-blown prostate enlargement, also called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. Seniors are especially at risk because bladder and pelvic muscles weaken naturally with age, reducing your ability to completely empty your bladder later on. Incomplete voiding leads to residual urine being left behind, which becomes a breeding ground for bacteria and increases your risk of urinary tract infections and further prostate irritation. The solution? Respect your body's signals. When you feel the urge to urinate, go. Don't wait. This helps reduce pressure on your bladder and prostate, prevents chronic stretching, and keeps your urinary system functioning smoothly. Regular bathroom habits are a powerful and simple way to prevent long-term damage. Listening to your body isn't just about comfort. It's about protecting your prostate, avoiding infections, and improving your quality of life. Habit number 5. Smoking, or even breathing in secondhand smoke. Few habits damage your prostate as extensively, or as silently, as smoking. Whether you're a smoker yourself or frequently around smokers, the chemicals in tobacco smoke are directly harmful to your prostate. Cigarette smoke contains over 7,000 harmful substances. These chemicals constrict blood vessels, impair circulation, and flood your body with oxidative stress. Oxidative stress weakens your cell's ability to repair damage, inflames sensitive tissues, and accelerates aging. In the prostate, this means greater risk of inflammation, swelling, and even the development of cancerous changes over time. Smoking also interferes with your body's hormone regulation and depletes important antioxidants, your internal line of defense against disease and inflammation. As a result, your body becomes more vulnerable to hormonal imbalances and cellular damage, both of which play major roles in prostate enlargement and dysfunction. And it doesn't end with active smokers. Secondhand smoke, the kind you inhale when someone else smokes nearby, carries many of the same toxins. Simply being in the same room with someone smoking regularly can slowly damage your prostate and urinary tract health over time. But here's the powerful truth. It's never too late to stop the damage. Within weeks of quitting smoking, circulation begins to improve, inflammation decreases, and the prostate starts to recover. Even if you've smoked for decades, quitting now can dramatically reduce your risk of prostate issues and improve your overall health. If you still smoke, speak with your healthcare provider about quit smoking strategies. There are effective tools available: nicotine patches, natural therapies, and behavioral support programs that can help you transition safely. And if you don't smoke, make it a point to avoid smoky environments whenever possible. Your prostate, your lungs, and your entire body will thank you. A smoke-free lifestyle is one of the most powerful choices you can make for a healthier, longer life. Habit number 4: skipping regular health screenings. Many men wait until they feel discomfort before visiting a doctor, but this reactive approach is especially risky after age 60, when silent changes in the prostate are more likely to occur. One of the most dangerous habits for older men is neglecting regular health screenings, especially those focused on prostate health. The prostate can become inflamed or enlarged without producing noticeable symptoms early on. That's why proactive checkups are crucial. Simple tests like a digital rectal exam, DRE, and prostate-specific antigen, PSA, blood tests are quick, non-invasive, and can catch warning signs long before complications arise. These screenings can detect inflammation, early infections, abnormal growths, or even early-stage cancer, often before you feel anything wrong. Avoiding or delaying these appointments doesn't just postpone discomfort. It reduces your options for simple, natural treatments. The longer a condition goes unnoticed, the more likely you'll need medications or even surgery later on. And many seniors delay checkups simply because discussing urinary or prostate issues feels awkward. But remember, the sooner you raise a concern, the better the outcome. Make it a priority to see your doctor at least once a year for a full prostate checkup, even if you feel perfectly fine. Prevention isn't just about peace of mind. It's a proven way to avoid bigger problems down the road. Bonus tip: many seniors are now using smart health apps like the Senior Health Tracker, a simple mobile tool that logs your fluid intake, bathroom habits, and sets reminders for doctor visits. Why does this matter? Because consistent tracking gives your doctor clearer insights, helping detect subtle changes that might otherwise be missed. Tools like these empower you to be your own health advocate, and they're designed specifically for men over 60. Habit number 3: eating too much red meat. Red meat may be a familiar favorite, but consuming it frequently, especially every day, can have hidden consequences for your prostate. Scientific studies consistently link high red meat intake to increased systemic inflammation, and this inflammation often extends to the prostate. The saturated fats and chemical preservatives found in red and processed meats, like bacon, sausages, and deli slices, can disrupt your hormonal balance. They increase oxidative stress, which weakens your body's defenses and leads to tissue irritation. As men age and their metabolism slows, red meat takes even longer to digest, which adds digestive burden and can lead to weight gain, particularly around the abdomen, another trigger for prostate issues. You don't have to eliminate red meat entirely. Instead, limit your intake to once or twice a week. Replace it with lean proteins like grilled chicken, wild-caught fish, or plant-based options like lentils, chickpeas, and tofu. These alternatives are easier on your digestion and naturally reduce inflammation, helping maintain hormonal stability and prostate health. Even occasional plant-based meals, like lentil stews, quinoa bowls, or hearty veggie soups, can support prostate function, boost energy levels, and ease urinary symptoms. The key isn't deprivation, it's smarter balance. Habit number 2: carrying excess belly fat. Excess abdominal fat isn't just a cosmetic concern. It's a metabolic warning light, especially for men over 60. Visceral fat, fat stored around your organs, is hormonally active and releases pro-inflammatory compounds that silently affect many body systems, including the prostate. This low-grade, chronic inflammation irritates the prostate and contributes to benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, the non-cancerous enlargement of the prostate gland. Men with larger waistlines are significantly more likely to experience urinary urgency, frequent nighttime urination, and even sexual dysfunction. That's because abdominal fat also alters your hormonal balance, reducing testosterone and increasing estrogen, both of which affect prostate growth. Beyond inflammation, the physical presence of belly fat increases pressure on the bladder and surrounding pelvic organs, intensifying urinary symptoms and discomfort. You don't need drastic measures to make a difference. Even modest lifestyle changes, like a 20-minute daily walk, cutting back on added sugars, and controlling portion sizes, can gradually reduce belly fat. Losing just 5 to 10 pounds can significantly ease prostate-related pressure and inflammation. Aim for a waistline under 40 inches as a general benchmark. Remember, trimming belly fat isn't just about looking better. It's a direct investment in your prostate health, hormonal stability, and overall well-being. Habit number 1. Ignoring chronic stress, the silent agitator of the prostate. Of all the habits men over 60 tend to overlook, chronic stress is perhaps the most dangerous and the most underestimated. You might not see it, but prolonged stress quietly chips away at your body's balance, especially your prostate health. When you're under constant mental or emotional pressure, whether it's from financial worries, health concerns, family tensions, or even the fear of aging, your body continuously pumps out stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. While these hormones are useful in short bursts, prolonged exposure wreaks havoc on your internal systems. Chronic stress acts like a slow-burning fire. It raises systemic inflammation, weakens immune function, and disrupts your hormonal balance, all of which create the perfect storm for prostate enlargement. Stress also tightens the pelvic muscles, especially around the bladder and prostate, restricting blood flow and irritating nearby nerves. The result? Increased frequency of urination, urgency, discomfort, and sometimes even pelvic pain, all symptoms that mimic or worsen an enlarged prostate. And unlike physical habits, stress often lives silently in the mind. Many seniors don't talk about it, but just because it's invisible doesn't mean it's harmless. In fact, chronic stress may be one of the biggest hidden drivers of benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and other urinary issues in older men. But here's the empowering truth. You can take control of your stress, and it doesn't require a complete lifestyle overhaul. Simple daily practices like deep, slow breathing for 5 to 10 minutes, gentle stretching or yoga, short, calming walks, listening to soothing music, daily journaling, spending time with loved ones, and yes, even sharing a laugh, can drastically reduce cortisol levels, soothe your nervous system, and relieve tension in the pelvic region. Over time, these small habits reduce inflammation and improve blood flow to the prostate, allowing your body to naturally shrink swelling and restore hormonal harmony. Don't overlook the power of restful sleep either. Deep, quality sleep is when your body repairs itself most. Without it, inflammation festers and your body struggles to reset. Stress management isn't just about emotional relief. It's a core pillar of prostate healing. It's one of the most natural and effective ways to reduce symptoms without pills, surgeries, or expensive treatments. So now that you know the number 1 silent saboteur of your prostate, what's your next move? Because this isn't just about one habit. It's about reclaiming your comfort, your confidence, and your quality of life. Whether you start with breathing exercises, a healthier diet, or finally taking that walk, every small shift matters. And if you want a daily companion to help track your journey, consider using the Senior Health Tracker app. It's simple, senior-friendly, and built to log your stress levels, symptoms, sleep, hydration, and more. Because when you measure your progress, you stay motivated. Remember, healing doesn't happen overnight. But with the right habits and consistent action, your body can surprise you with how resilient it truly is. Thank you for joining me on this journey to better prostate health. If this video spoke to you, please share it with the men in your life, your brothers, your father, your friends. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video that could change your health for the better. Got a question or want to share your experience? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. You're not in this alone, and you're never too old to start healing. Take care of your prostate, and it will take care of you.